Okay, hi, welcome. How are you doing?
Not bad at all. How are you?
I'm doing very well, thanks. What's it like being here second time round?
It feels good. It feels, for the outside world, reassuring that there's something magical happening here within us.
I feel like it's something very, very exciting that not many people get to say that they've been here twice now. What's it like for you? How's it different now compared to maybe the first time that you were here?
Seems more organised this time. This room seems much more organised. The last time it felt, I don't know if that was just because that was really our first experience of something like that, but this time feels less manic, stressful.
How do we feel as a trio? How are we doing in terms of the band? Do you feel like you've evolved since then? How would you say it's changed?
For me personally, I celebrate the guys 10 times more than I've ever done when I was younger because you're so much into the mix, you forget the little parts that are very special within them. So yeah, so for me, it's just been an amazing experience to actually realize that what they can do, I can never imagine doing.
It's been a good few months now since we put out Heavy Heavy. What's the response been like for you? Have you noticed it's resonated with fans maybe differently to before?
I think it's been well received. I think we don't get top 10 in the charts, and that's the first time for us. So that was a surprise. So I think it's just climb from strength to strength after our departure, not being around for the last 4 or 5 years, and then to put something out. And we've had such a busy year with all the festivals and things like that, so it's been really good. So yeah, I think those are sort of signifiers, and then to be nominated as well for this award is another signifier to that.
It's good seeing people at the shows. You know, this record was probably the fastest turnaround where, when we went, usually when you go on tour with your new songs, you can kind of feel that people are still, not used to them yet or whatever, but this record felt like the fastest turnaround where we went on tour pretty much straight after the album came out and people were already, getting into the songs. So it was a quite quick kind of reaction, which is great. It's great. That's kind of what we intended with the record, the sense of togetherness and people coming together, communality and all that. So
No, that's it. Perfectly said.
I feel like you've won over so many fans, especially with your live performances. What have you noticed a change since maybe you first started in your live shows and people are coming out to see you? Is it a different demographic? Has it widened?
I think we've been fortunate that all the people that come to see us live have always been diverse from when we first started gigging. Different ages, and whatnot. It's just always been diverse. So it's just more people now. That's it, more diverse people. Yeah. When you normally go to a show, you see people dressed in uniform or whatever, but when you go to a Young Father show, there's no uniform.
So I feel like you wrote this album in a lot more of an intimate setting than usual. I feel like it was more or less just the three of you. What was that like? Was it a different dynamic? How did you find that you were bouncing ideas off each other differently?
We keep it simple. We're still in a basement with no windows, so I think that you kind of get more intimate than that. I think it was just the departure for us. Everyone living their lives, and then coming together, and then all the experiences, good or bad, and then you just put them in the pot and you mix it and then see what happens. And I think that's what we always try and get to. I want to be excited by what Graham does. He wants to be excited by me, and we both want to be excited by Case, and he wants to be excited by us. So I think it's that's what spurs us on to keep doing what we do.
You guys have been working together for, I think, 21 years now.
Yeah, 20 years.
What's that like? Like, to have that kind of long-running friendship as well as being in the band together. How would you say that you bounce off each other? Would you say that is something that makes your music stand out and gets you to the Mercury Prize twice?
It has a huge part to play. I can be extremely cheesy and say there's a brotherhood that's been formed, but just like with a brotherhood or like with family, there's fights, there's disagreements, there's great times, there's all these human experiences that you go through with working with people who you care about. So to me, it's so pretty much what it is. The record was just kind of birthed with us having time to actually be with our individual families and then coming together and realizing that we can do it again and that we can celebrate each other's individuality. And that's a huge thing, like being extremely different from other folk and still feeling like you have a common ground to, you know, treat the song as the most important thing and care about that.
I feel like that must make a difference if you were to PJ Harvey it and be only the second act ever to win the Mercury Award twice. What would that look like for you? How would we celebrate?
It would be incredible if that happens. I think we'd be part of that club, you know, and I think we'd spice things up in that club. So yeah.
How would we celebrate? What would we do?
What would we do? I just met you.
The three of you. You can invite me if you want. I've been able to go.
Haven't thought about it yet.
Thank you so much, guys. Best of luck for tonight. Congratulations again.